Hi, so in this video, I'm gonna show you a very quick tutorial on how to assemble petal number 17. So, petal number 17, it's very flexible. You can assemble it any way you want it. So there are also different ways, just like other paper flower templates that you can do to create different texture and different design paper flowers when assembled, even using the same uh, petal design. So first of all, I'm gonna separate this one. It's 6 sheets per layer. I have 3 layers here, and I'm gonna be making a medium size flower. So when you're going to buy petal number 17, it has 6 sizes on it, 6 petal sizes. And here I'm using the letters C, D, and E. So when you're making large, you can make the first 4 largest, which is the A, B, C, and D. And if you're making small, you can use this petal, which is the E, and then the smaller one, which is the F. So as I said, there are different ways on how you can curl this one so that you'll create different flower design. So first off, you can just fold this and create a crease in the middle and leave it that way. So another thing is that you can fold it, create a crease, and then curl the outsides outward. The second thing that we're gonna be using in this video, I'm gonna talk about it later, but another one is, you can curl it in the middle and also curl the sides inward. So let's start our paper flowers. By the way, I'm using here a 65 pounds cardstock, and we're gonna be using a 3-layer dandelion flat centers, which is made from gold cardstock. So I have here my base. This is just a thicker cover of another cardstock from Michaels that I got. So I don't want to waste that one. I can assemble my flowers here, so at the back it's still white. So it's thick enough for the base. And we have our pipe cleaner here for our hanger. So first thing that we're going to do, same as usual, we're going to create a slit 6 at a time on our flower. So the larger the petal, the deeper the cut. So like this. So the next thing that we're gonna do is get the 3 petals of the largest one, 3 petals at a time when curling. That is the magic number for me. And using smaller petals, cut the sides outward. And so as the tip. So you don't have to do this, it's optional, but for this flower I like to do it that way. So sides out. Same as the tip. Like so. So moving on to our second layer, 3 petals at a time. And one side out, one side out. So we don't have to curl the tip here for the second layer. So for the third layer, the smallest one, again 3 sheets at a time, we are gonna be curling soft the inside and curl the sides outward, but curl the tip inward, like so. So again, 3 sheets at a time. Curl the sides outward and the tip inward. So now we're going to put the flaps together. So each layer, let's try our hardest to really glue the flaps, you know, at the same manner, all 6 of them. So moving to our second layer here. And down to our third and final layer. So now that we glue our flaps together, we can now then assemble this one into our base. By the way, if we are gonna make a medium flower, I would suggest to use 3.5 to 4 inches diameter of base. So I'm using the 3.5 since the base of our petal is narrow. So if we have a wider base, even after gluing the flaps, I would suggest to choose the larger flower base. So if you haven't seen it yet, I have a universal way on how to make the paper flowers, and in there I indicated how I evenly distributed my petals around the base. So go check that out. It's also public. So knowing what kind of petals or what kind of center we're going to use help us in our assembly of our petals in our base. So I will tell you more about that in just a while. So by the way, this particular flower, I only use 6 sheets of cardstock, the 8.5 by 11 cardstock. So now that we're done with our first layer, we can now move on and go ahead, put our second layer on it. And as I said earlier, knowing the kind of center that we use would guide us on how we are going to move inwards into our base. So because we're using the flat center and it has a very small base on it, which means a larger opening here would be visible if we're going to use this one, unless we're going to use flappy center, which is a larger base dimension. So what we can do, we should start moving inward with our next layer. So moving inward. So if you are using flappy center, you don't have to move inward. You just can set it here the same way as the first layer. And last piece. Now we're gonna move on to our final petal layer. another tip that I'm gonna give you, just in case you did not able to cover enough of this round hole here, and it's still gonna be visible when you put your center on it, cut out a portion of, you know, like a waste of this the same color cardstock with your petals, enough to cover your hole here before gluing your flat center. So now I'm going to layer this one. It has 3 different sizes. This is the largest. I'm not going to do anything on it, but to create a dimension on our center, I'm gonna lift the tentacles upward. Like so. And position it in our petal. So it creates a layer, more interesting, what is this? Center, even though it's just a flat center. So finally, our last and final layer of our center. So here you go, guys. This is our petal number 17. Go check this out on my Etsy page. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any question, right, or any clarification on the tutorial, write it down in the comment section below. Follow me in my Instagram. I'm more active and I'm more responsive in there. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe and hit that bell button so that you will be notified every time I uploaded free video tutorials on how to make paper flowers. So until next time, guys, bye.